Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a very unique and a very special recipe for all of you guys. Now, a while ago, I shared my recipe for salara, also known as red bread. Basically, it's a very soft bread dough that has coconut filling wrapped throughout the middle of it, and it is so good, guys. But I went ahead and I experimented in the kitchen a little bit, and I said, why not take the filling from pine tarts and put it into the same bread that I use for the salara? So I came up with a new recipe for you guys, and I called it a pine roll. Basically, it's the same soft bread, and it has a nice sweet pineapple filling rolled throughout the middle. This one is super delicious, guys, and if you've been following my channel since the beginning, I know a lot of you guys can tell that I have a sweet tooth by now, so I'm always experimenting with new different things. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. I hope by the end of it, I got your taste buds moving around, and I hope you guys are going to want to give this a try. So let's get into it.
So before we start making these delicious pine rolls, you're going to have to start off by making the actual dough to encase that beautiful pineapple filling. So what you're going to want to do is go over to my tennis roll video, which I will have linked right up here in the right hand corner. All you got to do is click on it and it'll redirect you to the video. You're going to watch it, follow all those very detailed steps, and then you're going to allow your bread dough to rise for about 1 to 2 hours or until it's doubled in size. Once that's done, it'll be ready to work with. So do that first, and then we'll move on into the next few steps. So once you guys have finished watching my tennis roll video and you prepared that beautiful bread dough and it's put to rise, it is time to work on the pineapple filling for our actual pine rolls. So in my pan here, I have my canned pineapple, my sugar, all of those beautiful spices, and you can of course see those cinnamon sticks peeking through. What you're going to need to do is head on over to my pine tart video, so this way you can see how to make the filling for the pine rolls. It's the same exact measurements, same exact ingredients. The reason why I'm sending you guys to so many different videos is because I wanted to give you guys as short and as concise of a video as I could. So this way, all of the little parts that need to be made for the pine rolls, you can just head on over to my other videos where they already have the detailed steps. So go ahead, make your filling, and then allow it to cool in a bowl, and then we'll get ready to work on the pine rolls. Once your dough has doubled in size after rising for about an hour or two, you're going to go ahead and rip a portion off, and you're going to start to roll it out. You want to get this piece of dough to about 1/4 of an inch thickness, or to be honest, your desired thickness, so this way you can go ahead and make the pine roll. Now a little word about the size. However big you make that ball of dough, that's pretty much the size of your pine roll that it's going to come out. So if you want a very small pine roll, rip off a small portion of dough. If you want a really big one, rip off a big portion of the dough. So I'm going to roll it out. Remember, you want to get it to about 1/4 of an inch thickness. You don't want it too thick and you don't want it too thin. Once you finish rolling out your piece of dough to your desired thickness, or my recommended 1/4 of an inch, you're going to go ahead and pile on your pineapple filling. Now, this of course is as per your preference as well. Some people like a lot of filling in their desserts, some people do not like a lot of filling. Me personally, I like a good amount of filling, so I'm piling it in there. But if you want a very thin layer of the pineapple, feel free to do so as well. Once you get all of that beautiful pineapple filling evenly spread throughout that piece of dough, it is time to roll it all up. So what we're going to do is just grab from one end and we're going to keep folding it in onto itself. So just like if we were making a salara log or red bread, is the same exact way you're going to roll up this pine roll. You want to be careful so this way you don't tear your dough and you don't mess with it too much. You just want to go ahead and fold it up as carefully as possible. So once you go ahead and fold it up and you get all of those nice little layers, you're going to go ahead and pinch all of the seams together, tuck in the sides a bit. The reason why you do this, and you want to make sure to do this, is because you do not want any of that filling to start leaking while it's in the oven. Remember, these fillings that we put into these breads are nice and juicy and moist with all of that sugar, so you don't want it to leak out, because if it leaks out in the oven, it will start to burn. So I'm going to go ahead, finish putting all of these seams together, and then we're going to show you what to do next. Once you finish filling one of your pineapple rolls or your pineapple roll logs, it's time to go ahead and butter your baking dish. So I'm using a sheet tray, and in my hands here, I'm rubbing on a little pat of butter onto the pan. And as I always say, clean hands are the best tools in the kitchen, so no need to dirty a brush or anything like that to go ahead and put the butter on. Once you get the butter on nice and evenly, it's time to put on your already rolled pineapple roll. And what I'm going to do now is pop this into my oven that's been preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm going to cook it for about 15 minutes or just until it is nice and golden brown on the top. This time is going to depend for you guys just because it depends on the size that you make your roll and the heat of your oven. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when it's ready to pull out. So my pine rolls just came out of the oven. As you guys can see, I got one pretty large roll out of it and a smaller roll. Now, this was just the way that I end up dividing up my dough, but if you wanted to make it whatever shapes or sizes you wanted, feel free to do so. It was baking in my oven for exactly 15 minutes. That's how I got that beautiful golden brown color. And as soon as it comes out of the oven, you're going to allow it to rest for a few minutes, and then you're going to brush it with some butter, and it'll be ready to serve. So I could not close out this video without showing you guys the actual final product by cutting into it and showing you guys what all of those beautiful layers and what the bread looks like on the inside. You guys, when I tell you this was a creation that I thoroughly enjoyed, this is one that I thoroughly enjoyed, guys. It was so delicious. It was so moist on the inside. The bread was that perfect fluffiness. And that pineapple filling, there's nothing more you could ask for. If you guys are a fan of carbs and if you guys are a fan of pineapple flavor, you guys are going to love this. It's like a cross between red bread and a cross between pine tarts. It is so good. As you guys can see, all of those beautiful layers of that pineapple filling are inside of that fluffy bread. It's good stuff, guys. Get yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and you're good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. Make sure you go ahead and give it a try. I hope I got your taste buds going. I know you guys are going to want to get in the kitchen and try this recipe out for yourselves. This was a new recipe that I went ahead and experimented with. I haven't seen it done before, so I hope you guys enjoy my take on pine rolls and this new recipe. Please go ahead and give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet, and make sure you hit that bell notification so this way you can be notified when I post new videos. And of course, keep commenting down below so I can know what to make next, and if you guys create this awesome recipe in your own kitchen. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye, guys.